Welcome to In Her Voice, a podcast created for women who listen to and live by their deepest wisdom, their inner voice. This was made for you, the woman who feels pulled to more, to lead, to create, to dream, and to be a world changer. My name is Kelly Covert, and I am an inner voice coach. Join me here each week as we explore what it means to reach for your inspired potential, all while honoring your worthiness each and every day. Hello, everyone. This is Kelly. Thank you for being here today with me on In Her Voice. Shall we just take a collective breath together? I feel like I've been doing that a lot lately. And this week I was thinking about what I wanted to share with you on my solo episode. And I always have so many topics that I could do a solo episode on, but none of them were really feeling right. None of them were really feeling like, yes, I must talk about that. And what I kept coming back to was, how are you? No, really, how are you? And I feel like we just need to check in. Let's just check in with each other. And I'll start. I'm willing to start. Here's how I'm doing. I'm good and I'm not so good. I am good and I'm not so good. What does that mean? It means that one moment I'm fine and the next minute I'm not fine. And one moment I'm going about my day and I forget that all of this is non-normal. And I like it when it feels normal. And then I remember it's not. That's hard. So I'm good and I'm not so good. I'm joyful and I'm heartbroken. I'm joyful right now. It's the holiday season. I have my family with me. We are all healthy. I'm making cookies. I'm decorating for Christmas. I'm snuggling with my dog in front of the Christmas tree. I'm turning the fireplace on every morning and having some morning coffee. And all of those things feel joyful to me. They create joy in my life. And I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken at what I see happening in our country, in our world, at the loss. I'm sad and I'm joyful. And that feels hard and a little confusing. I am really proud of myself. And I find myself in this weird, I could be doing more mood. And even as I say that, it's not really weird. I find myself in that mood a lot, like I could be doing more. And I'm really proud of myself. And I feel like I've done a lot. And I share this because, from the outside looking in, you may look at me and say, well, geez, Kelly, look at all of these things. You published a planner this year. You've kept your podcast going. Your kids are alive. I'm really proud of that one. Why do you feel like you could be doing more? I don't know. The answer is I don't know, and I'm frustrated by that feeling. And I have that feeling at the same time as I'm proud of myself. It's very confusing. I am equal parts motivated and frozen. I feel like I'm a pendulum and I swing wildly from one to the other. And it's surprising and it feels offsetting to me, like I'm off kilter all of the time. And I keep reminding myself that it's okay. Like that it's okay that I feel frozen and that the motivated will come back as soon as I swing from one, I swing to the other. And I just keep reminding myself that. I love being at home. And I miss going places. I love being by myself and I miss people. I am feeling all of these opposing things at the same time. And it's a lot. It's a lot right now. I know I am worthy, but I don't always feel worthy. And that feels really important for me to share with you because this is the work that I was put on the earth to do. I was put here to share and to help you know that you are worthy. And I don't always feel worthy. And that feels weird to me. Like I should know how to do it by now. And then I just remind myself that it's okay that I don't feel worthy 100% of the time. Because even though I don't feel it, doesn't mean that it's not true. I'm sharing all of these things with you because I feel like I'm not the only person who is feeling this way. I feel like a lot of people are holding opposition inside of themselves right now. And that is stressful and it's confusing and it's difficult. So what can we do when we feel that way? What can we do about that? How can we bring ourselves some sort of comfort in that very uncomfortable place? I've been thinking a lot about this because selfishly, I need that right now. I need that comfort right now. So I wrote myself a list and I'm going to share that with you. What do we do when we are feeling all of the things? I'm feeling all of the things. So, number 1, allow the feelings to flow. Your feelings are real. And even though they might not always be welcome, they are real. So when we allow them to flow, that gives us the opportunity to process through them. It gives us an opportunity to be curious about why we're feeling a certain way. So I might bring some curiosity to that feeling of frozenness that I've been having quite frequently this month and ask myself, why am I feeling that way? Where in my life am I feeling that way? In what circumstance? I can get curious about that. And I can only do that if I acknowledge that I'm feeling that way. So if I get judgy about any of my feelings, that's not really allowing, right? That's saying, nope, that's not allowed. Not allowed here. And so instead of being judgy about those feelings, I'm just allowing them. I'm accepting them. I'm surrendering to the feelings and trusting that if I ask myself the right questions, I can get through them and to the bottom of them. Number 2, center yourself and give yourself compassion and grace. There's a lot going on right now. And we are all living in a way and in a time and in a place that we have never lived before. That requires grace, and it requires the awareness that we need to be compassionate with ourselves. I think it's easy to forget sometimes that we just need to be nice to ourselves. I think we're nice, or shall I say, we try to remember to be nice to the people in our lives. And if you're anything like me, you pride yourself in being a nice person. And yet we forget to be nice to ourselves. We forget to treat ourselves the way we would treat other people. And centering ourselves inside of that grace and compassion can just really go a long way in helping ourselves feel better. Number 3, we can ground ourselves in what matters. Okay, so what do I mean by that? I mean knowing for you what brings you back to the truth, to that truth that you are worthy, to the truth that you matter, to the truth that all things are possible, I'm feeling like I've been far away from that truth lately. So what brings me back to these things are hugging my kids tight, tight, tight every day. Listening to podcasts that I know challenge me and remind me of the most important thing. The podcast that's really doing that for me right now is Unlocking Us with Brene Brown. And just go listen to that if you are like me and you know that that will bring you back into yourself, because I know that works for me. Another thing that works for me is resting. I am resting now more than ever, and I'm not judging that, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm allowing that. I'm giving myself permission for that. Part of what I'm doing to ground myself is business as usual, particularly centering around the holidays. My oldest asked me, well, why are we putting up all the decorations if no one's coming? Because Christmas isn't just for other people. Holidays aren't just for other people or to impress the people that are coming over to your house. They're for us too. So I am doing all of the things. I'm making all of the cookies. I'm doing all of the traditions. I'm playing the music. We're watching the movies. And that feels really good right now. I am digging into my enoughness habits every day, writing down my worthiness reminders. What are the things that I need to remind myself of who I am, of who I am becoming, of what I want every day? It's simple. It only takes a few minutes, and it is powerful. I am grounding down into gratitude. What am I grateful for? What are the small things? What are the big things? Daily. Not missing it. And what am I proud of? Whew, I have to tell you, there are days when I struggle. I struggle to find something to be proud of, but I sit there until I come up with at least one thing. You know why? Because being proud of ourselves matters. That is giving ourselves the affirmation that we need and that we often seek externally. When we give it to ourselves, it feels different. And it's what we need. And then lastly, number 4, trust yourself and listen to your inner voice. Trust and listen. Listen and trust. These two things, I feel like these two things really encompass all of the other things that I just said. If we wanted to boil it down and distill it down into 2 simple things, listen and trust. Trust and listen. I share this with you because it's on my heart today. I didn't want to share it because it feels a little vulnerable. It feels a little bit like admitting defeat, which, again, I don't even know why it feels that way. It just does. And I just want to be really honest with you about where I am and how I'm feeling. And I want to offer these to you as a gift to let you know you're not alone, to let you know that there are strategies and tools and ways to work through this. Because that's what we have to do. We have to work through it. We have to do the work to get through it. And we will. We will. This too shall pass. And hopefully we can learn from it and we can grow into an even greater version of ourselves through this hard work. I want to offer 2 things to you today coming up that I am doing for myself and for you. Number 1, of course, is the Enoughness Planner. If you need a tool to help you remember that you are enough every day, that is what the Enoughness Planner is for. You can get it at kellycovert.com/enoughness. And if you get it during the month of December, I'm giving away some bonuses to go with that. So yeah, check it out. I love it. I think you'll love it too. Secondly, on December 30th at 7 p.m. Eastern, I am running the Enoughness Workshop. And this is a workshop where we take time to connect and listen to our inner voice, to ask the questions that we need to ask about how we want to feel and how we get there. Essentially, we're taking the process that I've put into the Enoughness Planner at the beginning, and we're doing it together, and we're doing it live. Is it different together and live? Maybe it's a little bit different. Maybe it feels different, but what this is for you is a time and a place that you can commit and say, I matter to myself, and I'm going to give myself this time to do it. It's 90 minutes, and I am really feeling like this particular workshop is going to be very special. It's the last one of the year, going into the new year. And this is all about what you can give yourself to help yourself feel the way you want to feel. To register for the Enoughness Workshop, you can go to kellycovert.com/workshop. I'm going to put both of these links in the show notes, so you should be able to click through right there from the podcast app that you're listening to. But if you just go to kellycovert.com, it's all right there and easy to find. Lastly, if you need to answer this question, how are you? And you need to do it in a real way, do that with me. Send me an email, shoot me a message on Facebook or Instagram. I am here to listen to you. I am here to acknowledge that you are not the only one feeling all of the things. Remember, you are beautiful. You are kind. You are smart. You matter. And you are worthy.